What do you think of the team right now?
It's been good. Trying to think. Everything kind of runs together. But, I mean, it's been really back and forth this week. You know, defense got us the first day. Yesterday we came out and got after them. And today it was split right down the middle. We started off real strong, and then defense closed it out. So we were on the sled for that one. But it's been good, though. I mean, we've been getting a lot better, a lot of things to clean up, and but we're coming along.
Garrett, I know you mentioned, you're not taking, the starting quarterback role, right out the gate. There's always going to be competition, but when you lead that team, out of the dome, first game on September 3rd, I mean, what's that going to be like when you got 40,000 fans?
You said the question again.
I know you had mentioned last week that, there's always a competition for the quarterback spot. You're not going to, assume that you're automatically handed that number one spot. But when you get a chance to lead this team out of the dome in the next couple of weeks against Louisville, what's that going to be like?
It's going to be fun. I mean, we're focused. We're taking it day by day. That's the biggest thing. And, I mean, we're competing every day. And looking forward to that in a couple of weeks. It's coming up shortly. But we're really focused on getting the corrections for today and then practice for next time we practice.
At least in the 11-on-11 that we saw, you looked pretty good, especially on finding receivers downfield. How would you say that you did, and then throughout the practice today, what would you say?
Yeah, we had a little third down period to start it off. I mean, we did some good things, trying new stuff and making checks and just getting ourselves in the best play possible. Trying to remember that. I thought it went well. I mean, we started off pretty strong on offense, but we tailed off at the end. But no, I thought we started off good.
Garrett, what's the biggest change that we're going to see offensively with this team from what we've been used to seeing?
It's going to be a lot of the same in the same way, but we'll have a much more balanced and complemented offense. I would say is the biggest thing for us. But I mean, we'll be doing a lot of stuff, seeing a lot of new faces. Pass game and the run game. We got Sean Tuck and me, and we got a solid front five. And Coach Smith's done a great job with them. But I mean, it's going to be a lot of stuff that you saw last year, and then try to add a little bit more in the pass game. That's what we're looking for.
Have you? Go ahead.
What's Coach Beck kind of added to your game this year?
I mean, just it's tough, but everything besides that. I'll start over that, but he's just making me a better football player, and not trying to be so robotic, going out and playing and hitting guys that are open, leading guys, and making sure that I'm getting them on the same page as us, but. I mean, everything, from feet to arm, throwing. He hadn't cleaned up a terrible amount of my motion, but just the offense, making sure it's seeing the scheme the same way that he does. And that's how, whenever I do that and I go out and do what he says, things work out really well.
How do you think your communication and chemistry with your offensive line is really built throughout camp?
Every day we get better. They kind of hear the same calls for the most part, but, it's hard to say when we're in shells. We get much more momentum when we can go live and we can actually run the ball and do all that stuff versus getting tagged off. And that's, I'm kind of frustrated today from that. But, I mean, I love those guys, and they're doing a good job of continuing to work. And we got a lot of guys that have been rotating, subbing in and out, and trying guys in different spots. So, I mean, I love those guys, and they've been doing a great job.
Gary, you got about 8 practices before the official game week. How do you keep the energy up, keep the attitude, knowing this is the growing part of camp for these guys?
Yeah, Coach Anaya says it all the time. He says, be strong down the middle. It's easy to start fast, and there's a lot of excitement, energy, and then it's easy to finish when you see a light at the end of the tunnel. So being strong through the middle, that's what we're focusing on right now, and making sure things don't get dull and monotonous, and we're bringing that same level of energy every day to practice.
Garrett, a guy like Trevor Pena coming off injury last year, I see him getting some reps with the ones out there. What have you seen from him so far this preseason?
He's been limited a little bit for the most part, but I fully know what he's capable of doing. He's making plays, a really smart football player, really high IQ guy, loves to learn, and really talented, most importantly. But he can do all those things, plays a bunch of different positions, and I'm looking forward to having him back full go.
Garrett, who on this defensive side of the ball is pushing your game to the next level of practice?
All of them. I mean, I bet you it starts with those linebackers, and everybody else feeds off of them, and the D-line, and it's been really balanced though. So, but the biggest thing is probably the linebackers and even that safety room a little bit. But I try not to worry about the defense line too much. The line takes care of them. So.
What's your relationship like with your receivers off the field, and how does that impact your play
Oh, I mean, we love to spend time with each other. Anytime we got free time, we're hanging out in the lobby and doing all that stuff. So the hard part is getting on the field and trying to yell at them, or making sure that if they're doing something wrong, or if we're making sure we're communicating the right way. But off the field, we're brothers. We love each other.
Who's been your favorite target so far?
Whoever's open. I mean, there's a lot. We got a lot of different guys. Courtney, Devon, Dame, all those guys. Dave's been out for a little bit, but there's a couple other guys coming along. But those are the main couple that stand out right now.
Two more for Garrett. What's your relationship with Carlos? Him being on here only since the spring, and you being here a year, and just you being a starting quarterback for a lot longer than he's ever been.
You talking about Del Rio, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's a good guy. We continue to learn. He's pretty talented, and he's got a lot of a bright future ahead of him. And just continue to learn. That's the biggest thing for us, and making sure we're pushing each other to get better.
Is it comforting having a guy like Rhino back there with you?
Absolutely. I mean, he takes charge. When he's on the field, it almost seems like he's an offensive lineman. Then he goes out and he catches balls. So he takes control and he makes a lot of calls. So when I don't have to, but it's nice having him and Max. Can't forget about Max and Mahar too. But Rhino definitely, he's a clear-cut leader in that room and takes charge.
Thanks, Garrett.